Hello Internet, this video is part of the Jeep project playlist on Scott's Garage. Now it's been a while since I posted a video on the Jeep projects. I got a lot of projects going. This is still my dad's garage where I'm standing. My current project at home is to finish the garage, but I've had a little bit of time to work on the Jeep. And as you can see, the tub is removed. So in this video, I'm just gonna give you a brief overview on what I did to remove the tub. This will enable me now to really have a detailed work now on this frame off restoration. Keep watching. The first thing I did was to remove all of the seats. Next, I worked on the steering wheel. This was very difficult, but with a little bit of persuasion and a pulley, eventually the steering wheel came off. Next, I removed the gas tank. From there was on to the gauges. I deciphered that I should take out the speedometer cable first. The cable, you can just unscrew it. The cable comes off, and then there are two wing nuts, and I was able to get those off pretty easily. And the speedometer gauge comes out, and then from there, there's more room to work on the other gauges. These are all original gauges, so I took my time. There are nuts on these gauges and brackets for each one, and I very carefully removed each one of them. I also took off the choke and the throttle cable, as well as the parking brake. Next thing I did was remove the steering column. I'm sorry I don't have a video about this, but I had to remove some bolts on the side. And then underneath, there's a cotter key. I have to remove that. And then I had a very short straight edge screwdriver on a socket, actually, and use that to back off where the ball is at. You back that off, and then the ball comes loose. Then I had to twist it and pull it, the front side, and it came out. Next, I removed the shifter from the transmission, took the cover off and removed the bolts, and the whole thing just pulls off like this. Then I moved on to the transfer case. There are two levers here sticking up, there were, and figured that out. It was pretty easy to remove those levers. And then with this all open here, then I could more easily push off the tub. Now, before I did so, though, I had to remove the bolts, and the bolts were all original, and I basically ended up cutting them all off. I just could not get the nuts loose, even though I used blaster. So I removed all the bolts, and then I was able to, by myself, just very carefully position it, and I used my jack, obviously, there. Was able to slide it over the tire, and then it just kind of slowly kind of moved down, and I went to the ground. I was able to easily push it up against the wall. Now this gives me a lot of access now to this old Jeep. I can do things correctly. When I put in the exhaust, I have to, grind things down and stuff, and it allows me to do that. I noticed as well that it's missing a shock right here, so this will allow me to weld in the metal piece that holds the shock, and will allow me just complete access. I'll be rebuilding the transmission. Right now it only goes in first and reverse, and maybe the transfer case, we'll see. And then I plan on painting it in a very detailed way. Including the motor, easy access now to remove parts and to use the proper paint. And my plan is to be meticulous with this. And now the tub's off, it allows me to do that. And then working on the tub too, with it completely off, I can really focus in on every angle of it, prepping it to eventually paint it. So that's it for this video. Hey, if you got any value at all from this video, please give me a like. It costs you nothing, but is of great value to me. And as usual, have a great day.